Man, let's bring up hey, my man got to eat his Wheaties, man. He wasn't
I'm about
ready.
to say, y'all do 2 commercial breaks now?
We getting money over here, man. We do 2 commercial breaks. Hold on, man. We gotta get my man live. Bring my man up right quick, man.
RBO.
Okay, Vaughn, welcome back, Vaughn. So let me just do a quick introduction, man. Like I said, we talked about Embiid injury last week. We didn't know if he's gonna get surgery or not, and then boom, here you go. He's saying that he will undergo corrective knee procedure for the displaced meniscus. I need to correct it. Meniscus flap. That's what it was. So I think it's gonna take him like 12. What do they say? 6 to 12 months to come back from that, hopefully. But what is the ceiling for the 76ers now that we know that Embiid's out for the rest of the season?
It's on me. All right. Like I said last time, man, this is something that the Philly fans didn't want to hear. They didn't want to hear that he was going to do surgery. I mean, it's good for his future, but it's not good for this season. The ceiling for the Sixers to me is play-in. Now, they will have a chance to get out of the play-in because it's reports that Embiid has a chance to come back at the end of the season. However, we know basketball is a rhythm sport. You have to get in your bag. And Embiid was in a bag like no other. So I think this is really going to hurt them. I think they're going to fall. Right now they're 5th in the East, but they're only about 3.5 games ahead of the Pacers. Then you got the Magic and the Heat right behind them. So I think that they will fall because, like I said, Embiid was the driving force, and they have a losing record without him this year. These last couple games without him, they've been struggling. They just lost to the Nets by 15, giving up 136 points. They did beat the Jazz, but what was it? They did win against, I think it was the Jazz, but Maxey put up 50. Now, we don't expect Maxey to average 50 every game. So I think they're going to really struggle. I think they're going to probably fall down the standings. Probably, I mean, they're going to be in jeopardy of missing the playoffs, but I think what will help them is the fact that they already have a lot of games under them, a lot of wins under them. It kind of reminds me of the Brooklyn Nets last year when KD and them guys was there, and then they got traded. KD got traded. Kyrie got traded. They already had good standing, so they was able to maintain that and get into the playoffs, but they got bounced. So I can see this Sixers team doing the same thing, unless they make some type of trade to help keep them afloat. But I don't see nobody they can get to really help them. To really help them, to be honest. So for me, I think they're going to fall to the play-in. I don't see them being finished in the top 16 right now.
No, I gotta agree. Right now, we're currently at 5th, right? So if they're currently at the 5th seed, and like you said, Maxey not going for 50 every night, Tobias Harris being in and out the lineup is not going to help. So they will have to make some drastic trades for them to maintain where they at right now. I definitely see them playing in a play-in, but other than that, they're a play-in team, and they just got to wait for next season because it's not like he's a 2 guard and you can replace a 2 guard. It's a center, and he's the main focal point of the offense at times. Where it's just like if Embiid's there, boom. It's not like LeBron or AD where if they're not playing, Darvin Ham can actually coach and bring some rotations in, and they could potentially go into Boston and win some games. It's not a situation like that either. So it's going to be tough for them to stay. They might fall out to play in if it gets real ugly. But they are a good enough team to maintain a play-in spot. Possibly get into the playoffs, but I don't see them winning the playoff series. You got J-Mo backstage. Oh, okay. We gotta bring the MVP up. What's going on, J-Mo?
Yo, what's up with y'all? Hey, look, man, I was backstage, but I forgot to enter the studio. So I was just sitting there like, why they didn't bring me on yet?
Well, that's good then, because now we got it's your team. You see the 76ers logo in the background, man. How you feeling, man?
Well, first off, I'm blessed, to be here to talk some more basketball with my guys. Shout out to R2L. But I pretty much agree with what Vaughn just said, man. Like we already in 5th place. I think we like 3-9 or 3-10 without Embiid. Um, if we get bounced to the play-in, our ceiling is the first round. Our ceiling is the first round. We can make it out the play-in, and I feel like no matter who we see in that first round, we're gonna lose because I don't see us beating the Celtics, the Bucks, the Cavaliers, the Knicks. If Randall's back, I don't see us beating the Knicks. I mean, I'm not wishing on injury or nothing, but the only hope we have, or one of the few hopes we have, is if Miami and Indiana, if Tyrese Halliburton keep his injury up, and Miami, they be having people in and out all year. So, I mean, that's pretty much what we banking on to stay within the top 6 seed. But other than that, I look at this as I know at first we were thinking about pulling the trigger on a trade. Zach LaVine, Pascal Siakam, there was a couple names out there. We was trying to pull the trigger on a trade, but I listened to a lot of Sixers content, and it seems like we're like, I guess we're trying to see. I guess we feel like the move we could have made this year is going to be there in the offseason as well. So we're pretty much going to see how this season goes, and then make the move, in the offseason. But with Embiid out, I think this is the perfect chance for Maxey to get a lot of bump as a number 1 option. He's going to get double teamed a lot. So I'm prepared to see some 30-point games, maybe a 40, 50-point game again. And I'm prepared to see some 10, 12-point games because that's pretty much what he's been doing while Embiid is out. And I don't expect him to, hit the ground running, averaging 25, 30 without Embiid easily, because it's a big difference when Embiid is out there and when he's not out there. I mean, you can see it in the way Maxey plays. Like when Embiid's there, he averages probably 7, 8 assists, 9 assists. When Embiid's not there, he get like 2 assists. He don't even look to pass the ball. So I think that our ceiling is the first round. That's the ceiling. That's if everything goes great, almost perfect. But we already 5th. We only 3-4 games outside of the play-in. So I see us falling to the play-in, and play-in is 1 game, so anything can happen. But I wouldn't bank on us, even coming out of the first round at all. So that's our ceiling for me.
Man, I know Joe about to go. I just want to say, hey man, y'all fellas take it away. I gotta roll. My last words is, Bradley Bill, if you come back to DC and drop 50 again, I might have to pull up to the arena and talk to you personally. But all right, man, y'all boys have a good show.
All right, peace out.
Yes, sir. You on mute, Joe.
You muted.
I agree with y'all too. See, this is what I'm looking at right here, because there's a possibility he can't come back. It says a 3.5 to 6 month injury, right? So they're gonna come out with the timetable at the end of this week once the procedure is done. But if he's back for playoff time or right before playoffs, if y'all can stick in that 6th spot, and shoot, possibly going to the play, and the Cavs could potentially be a number 2 seed. Because I mean, the Bucks, it's not guaranteed they're gonna hold up in that number 2 seed spot with the adjustments they're making with the new coach and all that stuff. So if y'all can match up with Cleveland first round, I think that would be good for y'all. That'd be good for y'all to regain your rhythm and stuff like that. I feel like out of Boston, Bucks, Cavs, and Knicks, Cavs probably the best matchup for y'all. And then if y'all can get past Cleveland, y'all clicking on all cylinders. That's how I look at it. So I think y'all, if Joel Embiid comes back, I think y'all can still potentially get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But if he doesn't come back, obviously, I mean, if y'all drop to 6, no matter where y'all drop, I don't see y'all winning a 7-game series against Cleveland, Bucks, Celtics, New York. New York, is up in the air, but New York, shoot. And then probably some of these other teams, like the Pacers, depending on how they look, even Orlando. So Miami for sure. So, but yeah, it all depends on when Joel Embiid comes back. We'll be more clear at the end of the week. But y'all can still make it to Eastern Conference Finals, though. if he comes back?
See, this might be a blessing in disguise for the Sixers because it's gonna show them a new way to play ball. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
I always used to say, this team is a solid team. They just like relied on Embiid a little too much. You know, like sometimes he just has to be a big man. Sometimes just have to set a pick, roll to the basket. Somebody get a shot up, he get the rebound off the glass, go up, things of that nature, and doesn't have to always touch the ball at the mid post. Because when you do that, when you run that way, everybody is not a threat at all times. You know, when he has the ball like that all the time, like if you moving the ball, everybody touching it, everybody becomes a threat out there. And you guys have people that can do stuff. Like Kelly Oubre, you know, with in his past, he done put up some numbers. You know, he can average a good 15 to 20 points in a series, I think, if he gets the opportunity. And it's the same with Maxi, same with Tobias Harris. I even like some of you guys off the bench, Milton. I'm a big fan of his game. He's pretty nice. So I just think that, you know, even if he does come back, I don't see y'all running it the same way y'all ran it. So, like you said, this gives Maxi some bump as the number one option. He gets to really see what it's like out there when you are the guy. So when Embiid comes back, maybe, you know, y'all still can ball. Because if y'all go against the Cavaliers or any one of those 4 teams in the first round, I don't see Maxi outdueling Brunson, outdueling Donovan Mitchell. So yeah,
See, the whole. Oh, well, you know what? I got you on RBO for the Brunson thing, but but James, I do got a question for you. So, blessing in disguise, right? As we said. So, we've seen this happen before. Star player with injury problems goes down, gets surgery. Second guy steps up, and the team looks really good. Like the team looks really good, and it's like, all right, we gotta make a decision. Contract is coming up, right? When's the MB contract? Can somebody fact check me real quick? But MB contract, I'm not sure when it comes up. I'm not sure if he's due for one soon, but he has injuries literally every year. Do you think if the Sixers were to maintain that fifth spot and play well, that would be like a consideration? Like, should we move on from Embiid? Because y'all can get a whole ransom for Embiid and go a different direction versus settling for these injuries every single year. So we do you think about that?
Well, I just fact checked it. His contract runs through 27.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's a good
Runs through
long time.
27. But
fair option.
Which is good. It
Yeah.
makes it easier to trade him too.
yeah, I wouldn't.
Hmm.
Me personally, I wouldn't. I know he get hurt. I just feel bad for my man because he's playing the best basketball of his life. This is the best situation he's been in since he's been a Sixer. You know, I know we've had James Harden. I know we've had Ben Simmons, but neither one of those guys can be themselves with and without the ball. Maxey can be himself with and without. He's the first, second option Embiid's had that can be great on the ball and off the ball. And we got a lot of 3-and-D pieces, a lot of great, not great, but a lot of solid individual defenders. You know, doesn't have to rely on Embiid being back there defending the rim. So I think this is the best situation Embiid's had. It's the best coach he's had since he's been here. And I just feel bad for him because everybody, and it's not like he's completely absolved. He has some blame in this too. But everybody always talks about how his regular season numbers are up and his playoff numbers are down. And I just feel bad for him because he hasn't had not one season where he's went into the playoffs healthy. He hasn't had one. He's been hurt every single time. So I just feel bad for him, but I wouldn't move on from Embiid. Like I said, this is the best he's looked. This is the best coach we had. And he can come back. Even if he do come back, bro, it's hard to just walk back in from an injury averaging 36 again. Like he's gonna have to get into that. Yeah, he's gonna have to get into that. And we already know his condition is already a question. So he's gonna have to get back in shape. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be tough. So I think that, like I said, it's a blessing in disguise. Next year, shout out to Zach LaVine. My man said, I'm shutting it down for the year since they ain't going to trade me. Zach LaVine said, y'all don't want to send me to Philly. I'm sitting down. So, I think that we're gonna make a trade in the offseason and our team gonna get back right for next year. But I wouldn't move on from Embiid. They've been through too much with him. And then Maxey, if you get rid of Embiid and lean on Maxey and Tobias, they're probably gonna want to get rid of Tobias too. It's gonna almost be a team blow up, and you're gonna keep Maxey only. So I wouldn't do it. I would keep what we have going. I like Nick Nurse. I like the way we running the offense and the team right now. But my man just always getting hurt. So I feel bad for him, honestly.
Yeah, I think I should trade the Tobias, man. His contract is up. If y'all can get something better, he's gonna just walk for nothing.
I'm with you. I'm
unless you know what, y'all can let him walk. Forget that, because y'all can sign Zach LaVine next year.
Yeah. And y'all gonna have Kelly Oubre still, right?
He on a 1 year, like $4 million. He on a veteran minimum.
He'll stay though.
But he'll stay. People like it in Philly. People like the Philly. Like when you play for Philly, people like the Philly fans. I mean, if your name not Ben Simmons, they like the Philly fans. They like the Philly team. People that play with Embiid like Embiid. People like Philly when they come in. They always have great things to say.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think Kelly Oubre would stay, but Tobias Harris can play ball, man. He just not it. You know what I'm saying? Like when on defense, if y'all watch Tobias, he tries his hardest. When he's guarding people, he just can't do it. You know what I mean? He tries his hardest, he just can't do it. And I don't understand how you in the NBA in 2024 and you don't work on your catch and shoot. I don't understand how you play with a guy like Embiid and you can't work on your catch and shoot. Your catch and shoot has to be one of the main things that you do when you're playing with a guy like Embiid.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm with y'all and pretty much everything we talking about. We're pretty much on the same page.
That's good. All right, then. So let's wrap this up. We'll see. We will revisit this once they come out with a legit timetable. I'm pretty sure Javon gonna cover it too on RBO more and stuff like that. But we're gonna get our last words in. Obviously, Vaughn. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.